Namaste everyone, welcome back to this interesting video today. So we're going to talk about the Lunar New Year that's just born a couple of days ago, and it is the year of the dragon, as we call it, from the Chinese astrology. Now, if you don't follow much of the Chinese astrology, which is also fine, so that's one of the reasons I have this little video for you today to learn some subtle elements of what is it that we have for this lovely year of the dragon. And it is the year of the wood dragon. So again, wood is one of the 5 elements of earth, and it's got its own core values as well. So we're here in this video today to talk a little bit about what is the year of the dragon all about, and what is it that it has in store for us for the course of this amazing, interesting year. Now, wood dragons are believed to possess traits of elements such as creativity, resilience, and a strong sense of justice. So it is again a year, as I mentioned, the year of the wood dragon. So it's the time for growth, it's the time for creativity, it is the time for resilience and advocacy. So these are the core pillars that we should be mindful of while we tread to the rest of this beautiful year of 2024. So again, I'm going to touch about a few elements that we can keep in mind when it comes about all these fundamentals of growth, creativity, resilience, and advocacy. So it is a moment where there's going to be tremendous amount of opportunities that would come your way. You would also need to be mindful and conscious to ensure that you stay connected to your core values. So never lose your core values. Always remember that when you sense that you're drifting away a little bit on that for whatever situations and scenarios that come to you during the course of the year, come back and ground yourself to this and stick to your core values and strive to make a positive impact to the world and people and environments and scenarios around you. So it's going to give you the opportunities to have all these things evolve around you in a tremendous way. So that's basically the fundamental characteristics of the year of the dragon. Again, there are going to be influences based on your birth chart and your year of birth and your time of birth. So we are not going into that level of depth in this video, but we're just talking at a high level what are the core characteristics that we can kind of soak ourselves into and empower ourselves with this beautiful year of the wood dragon. So opportunities for growth. So when we talk about the year of the wood dragon, again, it is associated with vitality and growth. It is the year where you will be presented with numerous amount of opportunities for personal, professional development, as well as embracing new challenges. So that brings to the scenario where we need to be open for changes. Always remember, change is the only constant. So it's again another interesting principle I would like to talk about here briefly is as Darwin says, you need to learn first to earn, which means we need to be flexible enough and adaptable enough. So there's again another saying which goes as it's not the intelligent that is successful, it is not the most hardworking that is successful, but it's the one that is adaptable that is the most successful. So adaptability is the core principle here when we talk about opportunities for growth. So trying to be flexible enough, trying to be humble enough to take the opportunities that come your way, and you give your full consciousness and awareness towards those opportunities and try to see how, in what form or shape you would be able to fit into those opportunities. And the moment you adopt and go in that mindset, you're going to have a lot of energy that is going to pour in from the universe, which is going to enable you to amplify that process of transition and keep moving. So the first initial step is where we need to show the interest and show that ability to be fully adaptable for these changes that are coming our way. So remember, change is the only constant. Keep that adaptability and flexibility in mind all time. The next thing is on creativity and innovation. So this is where we're going to start having those insights and those intellectual intellectual messages that are going to come in from the universe from time to time, which is going to give you those senses of thinking out of the box, totally being creative, influencing others and influencing your scenarios and situations with a creative element, with a lot of innovation. That's how pieces are going to get explored, and new innovation is going to come in, new discoveries are going to be made. So it's a year with all these energy elements coming in as well, which are also true characteristics of a dragon. Now the third thing is resilience and determination. Now this is an important thing because wood dragons are known for their resilience and determination. So they are firm, they're committed, and they make sure that you make your elements glow and expand in a firm manner. You don't kind of drift away. You don't kind of have little thoughts here and a little thoughts somewhere else, few ideas here, a few ideas on something else, and then you're kind of in a limbo of, okay, which one do I do now? It's not going to be in those lines by any means. So dragons are again committed, they're focused, they're determined. No matter what comes in our way, what sort of situations or challenges come our way, we will find ways to seamlessly move through and swift so beautifully that you're able to kind of shift yourself into that focus, and it's just a subtle kind of a journey that you're going to have. You're not going to have those huge bumps and rocky roller coaster rides, so to say. Even if it's going to be a roller coaster ride, it's going to be an exciting one. So bear in mind on those things. So resilience and determination is again a beautiful character that you should keep in mind, where you need to make sure that you have the perseverance to overcome challenges in an easy way, and that's where adaptability comes in as well to a large extent. The other element is more to do with environmental awareness. So the wood element is closely associated with nature and environmental conservation. So if there are any initiatives or projects or topics that you're going to talk about which is associated with these aspects, those will flourish, those will expand, because the energy elements are amplified in those areas as well during the course of this year. The next thing is on balancing assertiveness and sensitivity. So while dragons are known for their assertiveness and leadership qualities, the determination, the commitment, and the drive to pull through things, the wood element adds a touch of sensitivity and empathy as well. So it's always not going to be like, I'm the ruler and I'm the king of everything and I want it this way, or it's the highway. It's not in that kind of a direction that your determination and perseverance will drive you towards. It's more with a collective piece of touch with sensitivity and empathy as well. So those again are a beautiful, it's a very nice, beautiful feel to have that in combination with determination and commitment and leadership. Imagine you're able to do that with a touch of sensitivity and empathy, and it's just going to be amazing combination of making things work together and bringing that crowd together, attracting that like-minded energy together. That's where the power is. So it's the strive to strike a balance between assertiveness and sensitivity. So there's always going to be situations and scenarios where you would kind of pause for a moment, absorb what is there, observe everything that's around you, and then take a collective decision with that touch of sensitivity and empathy. So that's the beauty of the wood dragon, especially for this year. The last element that I would touch briefly on is social justice and advocacy. So this is where we're going to have scenarios where there's going to be advocating for the rights of others. So you would step ahead and you will have those characteristics and those energy frequencies of being there for somebody, or being there for a community, or for a reason and a scenario and an aspect to make things different for people around you or for the environment, which is why the previous element that I spoke about, which is on conservation and environment related topics and initiatives and projects, those are the kind of elements that we will get attracted to more, and the innovation, the creativity, the sort of tasks that we would get associated with would be in those lines as well to a large extent. So bear in mind, it's a beautiful year ahead. It's again the year of the wooded dragon, and As I mentioned, change is the only constant. Adaptability is key. It's all about, having creativity, having, the empowerment to implement things, the resilience and the determination, and the quality of leadership and commitment, along with sensitivity and empathy. So if we put all these things together, it's also important for us to be aware of, the concept of letting go to letting in. So we would have heard this in many teachings as well, where you need to make sure that you empty your cup first to fill it in with new ingredients and new components in your life, or in your lifestyle, and so on and so forth, right? So it's important for us to clear the clutter. So make sure that you have your environment and your thought forms, your intentions, your ideas, your thinking, the directions in which your thoughts are going in, to be cleansed in the first stage. So try to make sure that you eliminate elements which are no longer serving you, which are no longer giving you any sort of a purpose, a sense to move forward, a sense to go ahead with things. If you're not heading in that direction, you need to kind of consciously eliminate those pieces in your environment. So as you, for example, if you want to kind of make sure that you have positive energy vibrations in your house, in your home, or in your office environment or work environment, you need to declutter what is no longer in use. Make sure that you enable space for the new to come in, and that means you need to eliminate the things that are there at the moment as well in your house, which you don't use anymore. And for example, you might be having an expensive shirt in your wardrobe, which probably you're just holding on to it for quite some time now, and you hardly got to use it, and you're thinking that, okay, maybe in a few months from now I'm going to be lighter enough, or I'm going to be toned enough to tone down my weight and my kind of physical structure, so I'm going to be able to fit into that shirt, and therefore I'm keeping it, and I don't know if I'm going to be there or not, and for all that's not something that you need to keep for a longer period of time. So let go of it. The moment you let go of it, the new starts coming in, and the moment the new starts coming in, that's where the flow of this creativity and the innovation and the new ideas will start flowing in. So start figuring out what are the core components in your life that you want to let go at the moment. Now these could be elements that are related to your emotional level and your mental wellness level as well. It's not just physical commodities that you're trying to let go of. It's also the emotional thoughts, those situations where you've had not so good moments in your life. You've maybe accumulated pictures or videos or memories in your phone, in your laptops, or in your other gadgets, which are bringing back those not so good moments of your life. You got to let go of it. So be prepared to make sure that you are eradicating all these things. Diffuse everything, let it go, let Mother Earth absorb all this and recycle it, refresh it, recharge it, and then bring you back to that momentum of the year of the wood dragon. So start the process right away. It's better now than never, and it's again an amazing year ahead. So keep it going, keep it rolling. I'm going to stop here for now for this video, and I would be more than happy to receive your comments. Again, this is Sudhir Mandiga from Figure Outable, lifestyle coach, mindset and energy healer, coming to you from around the world again. So feel free to drop in your comments, and don't forget to hit the bell icon and the subscribe button to help us expand this channel and expand our collective growth as a community within Figure Outable. So I would be excited to see your comments. And once again, if you have any other specific topics you want us to talk about, we're more than excited to bring that here for our collective growth. Again, making a life than just living a life. Take care. Namaste.